Life is full of promises, dreams we hold in our hearts, destinies we feel called to reach, and breakthroughs we hope to see. But before any promise comes to fulfillment, preparation is required. The waiting season is not punishment, it is training. The time between where you are and where you will be is shaping you for the promise you long to carry. Every great destiny demands development. Purpose doesn't arrive fully assembled. It is built step by step, choice by choice, day by day. Sometimes we get impatient. We think we are waiting on opportunity, when in reality, opportunity is waiting on our readiness. The door will open, but you must be prepared to walk through it. The small responsibilities you handle today are the rehearsals for bigger responsibilities tomorrow. Growth requires stretching, elevation requires pruning, and every preparation season requires humility, patience, and discipline. When you feel hidden or overlooked, understand that preparation is happening beneath the surface. The roots grow before fruit appears. Strength is formed in obscurity so you can stand strong in visibility. The promise is too heavy to be given to someone unprepared. It would crush rather than bless. So instead of complaining about waiting, embrace the shaping. Let the waiting refine you, not discourage you. In this season, focus on character development, skill sharpening, emotional resilience, and spiritual discipline. Promises are fulfilled on the foundation of preparation. When the right time comes, what you cultivated in the dark will shine in the light. The promise will manifest, but you must become the person capable of sustaining it. Preparation is not delay, it is destiny in motion. Growth happens before breakthrough because the promise you desire requires a version of you that does not yet exist. Every great calling demands transformation. Before the blessing shows up in your life, it must first grow within you. Too often, people want elevation without development, success without sacrifice, and visibility without maturity. Yet the reality is simply destiny cannot sit safely in the hands of someone unprepared to carry it. The process you walk through today is training you for the promise that awaits you tomorrow. The seasons of waiting, stretching, and enduring are not delays. They are divine construction sites where character, wisdom, and stability are being built. Many people pray for doors to open without realizing that open doors require the ability to walk through them with confidence and competence. If you enter a season unprepared, what was meant to bless you can overwhelm you. Growth equips you, strengthens you, and expands your capacity. It breaks you out of who you were so you can become who you must be. Life has a way of schooling you through experiences that test your patience, humility, consistency, and resilience. You learn to handle pressure in small things so you can manage it in greater things. Just like a muscle strengthens under resistance, your character becomes refined through obstacles. If everything came easily, you would never stretch, never evolve, never discover the depth of ability that lies within you. Often the breakthrough you are praying for is delayed because the preparation inside you has not yet matured. You may think you are ready, but readiness is measured by endurance, integrity, self-control, and discipline. Doors do not open for talent alone. They open for reliable, refined, and responsible hearts. Many people want destiny, but refuse the development that shapes them for it. However, life does not give crowns to people unwilling to carry weight. The promise demands someone who can stand under pressure, honor responsibility, and walk with wisdom rather than emotion. Growth is the unseen work that equips you for seen success. Sometimes this growth takes place in seasons that feel lonely or hidden. You might see others advancing while you remain unnoticed, but obscurity is not rejection, it is shaping. Just like roots grow beneath the soil before fruit appears above it, much of your transformation happens where no one sees it. Growth is uncomfortable because it dismantles who you have been. It challenges habits, confronts excuses, and uproots immaturity. Whether you like it or not, destiny demands pruning. Ego must shrink. Laziness must be conquered. Fear must be faced. Restlessness must be tamed. You cannot become who you need to be while clinging to who you used to be. Breakthrough comes when internal transformation aligns with external opportunity. Many people chase the opportunity but neglect the transformation. They want increase without integrity, promotion without patience, success without sacrifice. But breakthroughs are heavy. They require stability. If you are not strong enough to hold your blessing, the weight will break you. This is why growth is mandatory before breakthrough. You must learn to govern yourself, master your emotions, and cultivate discipline. You must learn to stay consistent even when applause is absent. You must develop humility instead of entitlement. You must build faith that sees beyond circumstances. These traits are not automatically given. They are forged through life's challenges. Growth is also about stretching your capacity. Sometimes you are not denied your promise. You are being enlarged so you can contain it. The discomfort you feel in transition is actually expansion taking place. Patience grows when you are forced to wait. Wisdom grows when you are forced to decide. Strength grows when you face storms. Confidence grows when you conquer fear. Compassion grows when you endure pain. You cannot pray for a greater life while resisting the process that makes you greater. Every setback, delay, and disappointment is a classroom. Instead of asking, why is this happening? A growth-minded person asks, what is this teaching me? The lesson might be resilience. The lesson might be self-control, or the lesson might be letting go of what no longer fits your destiny. Growth trains you to see struggle as shaping, not punishment. You begin to understand that what you are going through is preparing you for what you will walk into. The waiting room becomes a training room. The wilderness becomes a workshop. You are not being held back. You are being made ready. Breakthrough without growth would be wasted. Opportunities would be mishandled. Relationships would collapse. Responsibility would become burdensome instead of fruitful. Therefore, growth seasons protect you. They shield you from premature exposure. They prevent you from destroying what you prayed for. When you finally reach the breakthrough, you will recognize why you needed the delays and challenges. You will see how strength was built under pressure and how wisdom came through experience. You will realize that the very things you resented were the tools that shaped your readiness. Growth also adjusts your perspective. You start aspiring not just to receive blessings, but to sustain them. You no longer chase recognition, you pursue purpose. You shift from urgency to patience, from shortcuts to character building, from wishing for change to becoming the change. The promise does not come to people who want it. It comes to people who grow for it. The moment your inner life aligns with the magnitude of your destiny, the breakthrough begins to manifest. It is not magic, it is maturity, it is not luck, it is preparation. So the season you are in right now, even if it feels slow, painful, or confusing, is not wasted. It is building you. You are evolving into someone capable, grounded, wise, and resilient. Growth is the doorway to breakthrough. You are not waiting for transformation to happen around you. Transformation is happening within you. When the time is right, When your spirit has been strengthened, when your maturity matches your promise, what is meant for you will arrive. And when it does, you will not crumble under it. You will carry it with confidence because the development beforehand made you ready. Preparation is proof of belief because what you truly expect, you get ready for. Many people say they have faith, but true faith is not merely words or wishful thinking. It is demonstrated through action. Preparation reveals the depth of conviction inside you. If you genuinely believe you are meant for greater things, you start behaving like someone preparing to carry them. You discipline your habits, refine your skills, elevate your mindset, and shape yourself into the version capable of stewarding the promise you desire. You cannot pray for elevation and live in excuses. You cannot ask for a future you are unwilling to prepare for. Faith is not passive, it is active alignment. You cannot wait for opportunity to show up before you get ready. Readiness is what pulls opportunity toward you. The world is filled with people who dream big but prepare small. They want outcomes without investment, results without growth, and success without commitment. Yet nothing transforms until preparation begins. You do not rise to the level of your aspirations. You rise to the level of your preparation. What you practice in private is what manifests in public. If you expect a breakthrough, your preparation should reflect that expectation long before the moment arrives. Preparation teaches discipline. It forces you to make sacrifices, getting up earlier, learning more, stretching your skills, and breaking old patterns. Every step you take toward improvement is a declaration of belief. If you see yourself leading one day, start preparing like a leader today. If you desire influence, start cultivating integrity and responsibility now. If you want success, make your habits echo that desire. Talk is cheap, preparation is investment. There is no stronger evidence of belief than consistent effort. Sometimes preparation means embracing tasks beneath your desired level before someone is trusted with greater influence. They must first be faithful with small responsibilities. This is not just a test of ability, it is a test of humility. If you cannot handle the little moments with excellence, you will mishandle the bigger ones. Preparation refines your response to small duties so you can manage weightier assignments later. Every great destiny has a wilderness season, a season where no one is watching, where no spotlight rewards your diligence. But the unseen preparation is what makes you ready when visibility arrives. Preparation also stretches belief. It forces you to commit to something unseen. It pushes you to act on something not yet tangible. Anyone can step into opportunity once it is visible, but only believers prepare while waiting. That is the difference between people who dream and those who build. Builders act ahead of their moment. Their preparation is a prophetic announcement of destiny. I am getting ready because I know I will need this. Real preparation is not glamorous. It is routine, repetitive, and sometimes exhausting. You grow through hours of practice, study, prayer, reflection, and correction. You confront your weaknesses and sharpen your strengths. You get rid of habits that sabotage progress and adopt ones that cultivate growth. This kind of work is invisible to others, but it is essential for internal transformation. You cannot step into new seasons carrying old patterns. While preparation strengthens ability, it also builds alignment. You begin to act like the person you desire to become. Your choices shift, your environment shifts, your relationships shift. You move away from distraction, negativity, and stagnation. You surround yourself with learning, discipline, and progress. Preparation demands separation, separation from comfort, from complacency, from people who don't grow. You start guarding your mind and energy like someone who knows something great is approaching. Often the waiting season feels silent because the real work is internal. Preparation is about identity more than performance. It shapes who you are when no one is clapping. It teaches you to be responsible without recognition, committed without applause, excellent without reward. If you do not learn that now, you will crumble when pressure rises later. Success requires structure. Promise requires maturity. Breakthrough requires stability. Preparation builds these essentials in advance. There will always be moments when preparation feels pointless because you do not see immediate results. This is where belief is tested. Some wait passively for change, but those who truly believe prepare even when there is no sign. They keep studying, creating, growing, sowing, and practicing. That consistency becomes momentum. People call it luck when breakthrough comes, but breakthrough is where preparation meets timing. Preparation also frees you from fear. The more ready you are, the less intimidated you feel when doors open. Many people sabotage opportunities because they arrive unprepared, overwhelmed, insecure, or afraid. Preparation gives confidence. It turns hope into readiness and expectation into capability. When your moment arrives, you won't simply wish for success. You will be able to walk into it because you train for it. If you look at anyone who reached their potential, you will find preparation long before recognition. Champions train in private before they perform in arenas. Leaders learn to serve before they lead. Innovators study before they build. Their belief wasn't proven by their dreams, but by their discipline. Likewise, your promise will not come because you desire it, but because prepare for it. Everything you do today, every step, every decision, every improvement is sowing into the future you hope to hold. The promise is not waiting for perfection. It is waiting for readiness. You may not feel qualified yet, but preparation qualifies you. You may not see progress, but consistency is building it. You may not feel visible, but growth is happening underground. So the question to ask yourself isn't, when will opportunity come? But how am I preparing for it now? When your preparation matches your belief, you become magnetic to breakthrough. You stop wishing and start working. You stop waiting to be chosen and start choosing growth. That is where transformation begins, not when the promise arrives, but when you start preparing like you believe it will. Patience aligns you with timing because even the right promise delivered at the wrong moment can become a burden rather than a blessing. Many people desire acceleration but are unprepared for alignment. Timing is a silent architect shaping destiny. And patience is the character trait that trains you to trust the unseen process. The promise you are waiting for already exists, but there is a journey required before it reaches you. Patience is not simply waiting, it is waiting well. It is holding expectation without forcing outcome. It is maintaining faith without surrendering to frustration. It is learning to live with hope long enough for maturity, wisdom, and strength to form inside you. When impatience takes over, people try to force doors open, rush seasons, or cling to opportunities not meant for them. These shortcuts cost them endurance, clarity, and sometimes destiny itself. Not every delay is denial, and not every slow season is punishment. Sometimes it is timing protecting you, nurturing you, and preparing the environment so the promise becomes sustainable. Patience keeps you from sabotaging what you prayed for. It keeps you grounded while life rearranges itself to fit your growth. Timing is not just about your readiness. It is about the readiness of everything attached to your future, the right relationships, the right environment, and the right positioning. Patience keeps you from rushing into premature connections or accepting lesser versions of what you long for. It teaches you to wait until circumstances are aligned with destiny, not desperation. The promise may be yours, but the delivery is governed by timing. You cannot demand harvest in a planting season, nor can you skip development because you feel eager. Patience is the wisdom to understand that what you desire requires preparation both inside and outside of you. People often admire the finished story but disregard the waiting chapters. The growth that patience produces cannot be manufactured instantly. It softens stubbornness, stretches endurance, deepens perspective, and cultivates inner peace. When you develop patience, you stop striving and start trusting. You release the illusion of control and recognize that life unfolds in stages, not leaps. What feels slow is not slow, it is precise. When you surrender to timing, you stop comparing your journey to others and begin to embrace your unique path. Patience also filters motives. In the waiting, you discover whether you want the promise for purpose or validation. When gratification is delayed, superficial desires weaken and authentic intentions emerge. Impatience reveals insecurity. Patience reveals maturity. The waiting season exposes whether you want what is right or simply what is fast. There are opportunities that look appealing but lack longevity. Patience keeps you from settling for temporary satisfaction when you were designed for permanent fulfillment. Every challenge that tests your patience is also shaping you internally. Seasons of delay stretch your faith, train your mind, and build emotional resilience. You learn to endure hardship without losing hope, to walk through uncertainty without panicking, and to keep believing even when nothing seems to change. These qualities are foundational for sustaining breakthrough. The promise isn't just coming to you, you are becoming someone who can sustain it. Patience is the classroom where strength is formed, where trust deepens, and where character matures. Timing demands surrender. You cannot fast forward growth, force maturity, or rush divine order. What is meant to unfold gradually cannot be pushed into immediacy. When you accept this, anxiety loosens its grip and peace begins to grow. Instead of obsessing over when the promise will arrive, you begin to focus on who you are becoming while you wait. Patience transforms waiting into development, delay into training, and silence into shaping. Patience protects you from impulsive choices. When you are rushed, you react instead of discern. You take opportunities that drain instead of elevate, but patience trains you to listen deeply, think clearly, and move when alignment, not emotion, signals go. Timing is not only about when something happens, it is about why it happens at that moment. There are encounters, insights, and lessons you cannot receive if the promise comes too early. Some breakthroughs require maturity to understand, humility to steward, and strength to hold. Patience ensures you have these before the promise arrives. There will be moments when waiting feels like inaction, but patience is an active state. It is working while trusting. It is progressing without pressuring. It is sowing even when harvesting feels far away. Patience keeps you steady when emotions fluctuate and circumstances disappoint. It keeps you anchored when delay whispers lies of failure. When you embrace patience, you stop fighting timing and start cooperating with it. Breakthrough often arrives quietly, not dramatically. One day you realize what once overwhelmed you now fits within your capacity. you begin to understand that timing was never delaying you, it was preparing you. When the promise finally arrives, it will not feel rushed or chaotic. It will make sense. You will see how waiting preserved you, shaped you, and positioned you. The blessing will arrive when you are able to sustain it, appreciate it, and multiply it. Timing is the bridge where promise meets preparation. Patience is what keeps you walking across it without turning back. When you learn patience, you stop asking, why is it taking so long? And begin to ask, what is this time making me into? That shift alone turns frustration into growth. Timing does not come to those who demand, it comes to those who develop. So do not despise the waiting. The waiting is working. Do not hate the silence is shaping. Every delay is a detail. Every slow season is strategic. And every moment of endurance is expanding your capacity. Your promise is not late, it is aligning. And when timing completes its work, the breakthrough will not only arrive, it will remain, because patience built within you what was needed to hold it. Thank you for watching.